Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Just before we get started, I wanted to let you know about a free resource we created for you guys today for download. What it is the 3 pieces of exercise equipment you didn't know you had at home and exactly how to use them. All you have to do is head down to the description below, click on that link, it'll take you right to it, or head right to the website, physioready.com/equipment at home, and get started. All right, so without further ado, let's jump to the video. What's up guys, welcome back to episode 8, part 2 for low back pain. So if you guys haven't watched the first episode, go back and watch that where we talk about some soft tissue techniques and some ways you can self-mobilize some of these soft tissues for yourselves. Now we're talking about some stretches and some positions you can do throughout the day to make sure you kind of rid yourself of that pain if you're having it, or some ways you can sort of have strategies to better your positions throughout the day. So to start with, we're going to talk about reversing that curve, so kind of that movement that we all kind of sit dumped out like this most of the day. So if we have Brittany here over this way and just kind of she's slouched down and we kind of see this curve start to happen this way, we want to reverse that a little bit and take some of the pressures away from the front of the spine and place it towards the back. The other thing we're going to talk about is a way to, you can imagine as she's sitting here that these hip flexor muscles are in a shortened position. So from here, if we kind of take a look, her hips are now kind of shortened and compressed in this front area. So we're going to open up these as well. They're also going to be great positions that you can work in or throw into your day. So, back over here. The first thing we're going to talk about is a lunge stretch. So we're going to give Brittany this for her knee because we're kind, and I'm going to go hard on the floor here. And what we're going to do is face each other and do a lunge stretch position. Now, what this is, we go down to a lunge like this. And if you can imagine, I was working on my computer screen. Now I have one hip open, one hip closed, and I'm able to get this hip to open up while I am working on my computer, getting my thing on. So I'm here, I'm typing, do my thing, right? See you type. Perfect. And what we're going to do is squeeze our butt and think about rotating our hip back, kind of rotating our pelvis back, driving our hip forwards, and kind of driving this hip forwards. And you should feel that stretch pick up in the front here. The big thing we want to make sure with this is we're not overextending our lower back. We want to be here, core tight, squeezing the glutes, and driving the hip forwards, right? And she can work all day in this position. Some people have a tender knee with this, in which case you can put a padding down. If it's still not comfortable for you, you can also do the warrior yoga pose, which is that position, right? So you got to keep that back. Make sure your neutral spine is maintained here. You're not overextending, keeping it nice and solid. Good stuff. Part 2 for this, or the second piece of this, is going to be working an extension. So if we're hanging out, sitting all of our day doing this kind of wonky thing most of the time, you can imagine that the build-up and kind of the positioning is going to get tight and stiff in this position. Now, not all of us, but most of us could benefit from getting into a bit more extension of our spine. What that means is leaning back. So this is an exercise you can do when you change positions, when you're getting up and sitting down from your chair. Is grab onto your buttons. So you can do this right here in the office, right? You're kind of supporting the bottom part of your lower back and your hips. And then what you're going to do is just lean back, right? That song, lean back, right? And just arch back, just like that. And you're going to do about 10 of these. So you go back, you lean back, perfect, and you're arching back and trying to get some good extension here of the lower back. It shouldn't be painful, but you should be completely comfortable. If you can do any pain, pinching, or wonkiness with this, it's not for you, and you probably want to go get checked out by a healthcare practitioner that you trust, okay? So when you do that, you make sure when you go back, it's comfortable. Now, if you're having low back pain that's traveling on the legs or anything like that, this can be a good place to start. But again, you always want to get checked out first before you start fiddling around, especially when it comes to the lower back. All right? So that's the 2 positions that we're going to talk about today. So again, if you haven't watched the first episode, go back and watch that. If you have, great, and you can try some of these techniques, which is going to be you hanging out, working in a lunge position to open up the front of the hips on both sides, 2 minutes per side, and then grabbing onto your low back and working on your extensions throughout the day to make sure you reverse that pressure and just give your spine some love in a different movement than what we normally do sitting at our desks. All right, if you have any questions, let us know. Subscribe to the channel. We got more videos coming every week. Hey guys, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Really appreciate it. Want to remind you one more time of that free resource we have for you guys because we appreciate you. It is the 3 pieces of exercise equipment you did not know you had at home and exactly how to use them. All you have to do to download that is head down to the description below, click on that link, you can download it, or head right to our website, physioready.com/equipment at home, and get started. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked us, please do that. We appreciate that. Share away, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.